Welcome back. My name is Rigel, and today we are going to look at the last part of our August predictions about Eurovision 2022. And as I mentioned at the end of the last part, um, I'm gonna look at the big five countries. I'm also gonna look at any potential winners and other miscellaneous stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, I think that the televote winner will not win the contest, nor the jury vote winner. This year we had Italy win the contest, but they also won the televote. But if we look back at 2019, the Netherlands neither won the televote nor the jury vote. They were won by Norway and North Macedonia, respectively. So that's a very interesting phenomenon, and I think we're gonna see a repeat of that in 2022. Again, not sure why, it's really just instinct. Now, this next prediction is one that I think a lot of Euro fans will have made as well, and that is that we're gonna get a first-time winner for the next contest because the past couple winners have all been winners that have already won before. Israel, the Netherlands, Italy, they've all won, they've all hosted. The last first time winner was 2017 with Portugal. Um, so yeah, I think we're long overdue for another first time winner. And here's just a few that I think might be getting a win in the next couple of years. North Macedonia, they won the televote in 2019, which was insane. Australia's consistently done well, with the exception of 2021. Malta was tipped to win 2021 as well, but of course the televote sank their hopes and dreams. The Czech Republic, they got 6th and 10th in 2018 and 2019. But obviously this year they did not do so well, but I think they're gonna get a win sometime soon. And Lithuania, especially with the Roop, they were tipped to get like top 3 in 2020, but obviously that was cancelled, and this year they only got, I think, 8th. And Bulgaria was a very similar case. They were tipped to win in 2020, but 2020 was cancelled, and this year they only got 11th, which is still a pretty good score for Bulgaria, to be fair, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But still, all these countries, and actually I forgot to put Iceland in here, but these countries are all on an upward trajectory, and I would not be surprised if the next winner is one of these countries. And I also think the winning song is going to be a song written in English because other than France, Spain, Italy, Albania, and obviously the English-speaking countries, very few of them actually send songs written in their native language anymore. Denmark 2021 was really an outlier. So most songs are now written in English nowadays. So, if any of these countries right here win Eurovision 2022, it's highly likely that it will be an English song. I also think that we're only gonna get maybe 2 null points from the televote in 2022 rather than the 4 that we got this year. And that's mainly because, this year was a really abnormal Eurovision year. We had COVID, we had the previous contest canceled for the first time since Eurovision was conceived. So yeah, people were just naturally more inclined to vote for the more exciting or maybe more uplifting songs, leaving 4 countries with 0 points in the televote. But next year, as we head back into relative normality, I think that we're gonna see fewer such polarized televoting like we saw this year. So, well, it's not necessarily going to be just 2 null points, but I do think it's going to be fewer than 4, that's for sure. I also think that France will tank while Spain will place in the top five but not win. Um, this year we saw the big five countries either clustered around the top or around the bottom of the rankings, and just due to instinct, I think that France is going to be near the bottom next year. Of course, it depends on what they send, but it's just a gut feeling that I have. While on the other hand, Spain has put in a lot more effort into making sure they have a good entry to Eurovision. They reintroduced their national final, renamed Benidorm Fest, um, and their spokesperson also speaks in much more optimistic terms about the contest, and it's even being broadcasted the on their main channel on TV, I think, as opposed to just the second channel. Like, I'm talking about the semifinals. They always broadcast the grand final on there, but whatever. Yeah, I think that Spain is putting a lot more effort into Eurovision now, and I would not be surprised if they got top five next year. But I don't want them to win for a few reasons. One, very few countries actually do that, put a lot of effort and then immediately win. I think this is the start of their Italy era. Italy in the 2010s got a lot of good results, and then finally, at the start of the next decade, got a victory. And I think this might be Spain's Italy era, if you will. And that's one thing. And the other thing is, obviously, I want a first timer to win 2022. So I don't know, maybe they could win like 2023 or something, Barcelona 2024 or anyone. Now here is where it gets completely speculative. I have absolutely no idea how I came to these conclusions, but again, like I said many times throughout this video, instinct. I think that Italy might place around 12th to 16th, while Germany might place around 10th to 13th. Though I also think that it is possible for Italy to place lower because of the host country curse that affected even the eternal Ukraine. But I do think Germany is going to do a lot better in 2022 than in 2021. Now, obviously, I wrote this in August, so I wasn't particularly optimistic about the UK's chances at not getting last place in Eurovision. But recent news has actually given us a little bit of hope that, maybe someone else might take the bottom spot. And, it's that the BBC has confirmed that they will be working with Tap Music to find their next Eurovision talent. And Tap Music actually hosts a number of big artists like Dua Lipa, Lana Del Rey, and Ellie Goulding, all these big names. Obviously, they're not going to go for the UK, but they also host a number of other smaller but equally as talented artists. So yeah, it gives us a little bit of hope that they're not going to finish last place and maybe, I don't know, even top 15 or something. We'll have to see. I also think that if Kazakhstan were to join Eurovision 2022, they could place top 5 and possibly even win. And that's because they've done really well in Junior Eurovision. Like, look at their scores right here. Their debut year, they got 6th place, and then in the next 2 years, they got 2nd place on both occasions. So, it wouldn't surprise me if they also did very well in adult Eurovision with their songs, because they put a lot of effort into their staging and all that. So, I think that Kazakhstan, if they join Eurovision 2022, could be a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, we don't know the songs right now, but another potential winner, I think, could be Lithuania, because in the past 2 years, yes, 2 years, not two contests, they've done really well, because in 2020, The bookmakers thought that Lithuania was actually going to get top three, which is insane. And this year they obviously didn't get top three, but they got top 10 still, which is still really strong for a country like Lithuania, which normally doesn't do that well, or sometimes doesn't even qualify. They're on an upward trajectory. So next year, I think they might pick another very strong entry, an entry that synchronizes the staging and the singing very well. And if they keep it up, then I think we could be seeing a winner from Lithuania. But obviously, we'll have to see. Now, this one's kind of funny. Eurovision Song of the Year does not come from Big Five country. Eurovision with a trademark, so you know it's special. In this case, I used it to kind of define like songs that don't do very well but are very iconic, like this pseudo middle finger thing. And in a few years looking back, people will remember this pseudo middle finger from Eurovision 2021 rather than some of the other more strong performances like I don't know, maybe Blind Channel or The Roop. This is iconic, but it's not good. And I think we're gonna get more of these kinds of performances. But it might not come from a Big Five country. Why? I don't know. Just instinct. I also think there's gonna be at least one or two quote unquote weird songs in the top 10. But I don't use weird here in a negative sense. I use it more just to mean, unconventional. For example, Iceland 2019, that was really unconventional, and people, including myself, loved it. And, this year we had The Roop and we had Daffy, both of which are not exactly the classic Eurovision song that you'd think of. It doesn't really follow the normal pop or ballad formula. But people love them again, including myself. So next year, I think we're gonna get at least one or two of those kinds of songs in the top 10, and I will be here to enjoy them. This one's fairly obvious. I think that Damiano from Måneskin will hand the trophy to the next winner. Um, obviously this year we couldn't do that because Duncan Lawrence tested positive for COVID, and so the trophy was just left on the table for them to grab. But next year I think we're gonna get Damiano from Måneskin handing the trophy over to the next winner. And why Damiano? Because let's face it, he's the poster boy of the band. The other members will probably be there on stage as well, but they won't be handing the trophy. I think it's gonna be Damiano who does that. Yeah. And my final prediction, I think that the next Eurovision will be hosted in the capital city of the winning country. Now, this prediction is entirely based on my assumption that the first timer will win, because first timers almost always host their first contest in the capital city. Portugal with Lisbon, Russia with Moscow, Ukraine with Kiev, Latvia with Riga, Estonia with Tallinn, Finland with Helsinki, so on and so forth. So I think that if we assume that the next winner is going to be a first timer, and I don't guarantee it, then I think we could be seeing them host their contest in the capital city, which is very normal. Pictured here we have Vilnius in Lithuania, Sofia in Bulgaria, and Prague in the Czech Republic. All wonderful cities, and I've actually been to Sofia myself. Again, all wonderful cities, and I think that it will only be logical for them to host in their capital city, their first contest. And that just about wraps up our first round of predictions that I made in August. I write here round 2 coming soon, but by the time I finished recording this, I actually already finished my round 2 predictions. And if you want to see it in text, then it's on my Twitter. You can just scroll through the pictures that I've posted. But I will be doing more predictions. I will do a New Year's special when the Czech entry, the Albanian entry, and possibly the Greek entry as well are revealed. Also the Polish one. I'll do another round of predictions then. Actually, I might do it in like mid-January because semi-final allocation draw and all that. And I'll also do one when all the songs have been confirmed. I'm just gonna like re-rank them myself, if you will. I'll also do one before the semifinals, based on the running order and all that, and I'll see maybe, who's gonna qualify, who's not gonna qualify. And the day before the grand final, I'm also gonna do one more prediction just for the top 26 that I think is gonna happen, which I will partially base on the bookmakers. Not 100% accurate as we saw from 2018. But I will be doing a couple more predictions, so stay tuned for those. Like I said, that's the end of my August predictions for Eurovision 2022. If you've watched every single video in the series so far, then shoutouts to you because my voice really is not that entertaining. But with that said, I did enjoy making these, and if you enjoyed watching them as much as I did making them, then hit that like button, subscribe for more upcoming Eurovision content, and I'll see you next time.